Hey, church, it is January 13th, 2022. I'm coming back with a daily devotional for you today. Wasn't able to get to a camera yesterday. I hope you were still reading along with me. Today's readings are from Matthew chapter 5, verse 33 to 48, Acts chapter 8, verse 1 to 25, Psalm 13, Genesis 31. We, of course, invite anybody to join with us in these readings. There's 4 tracks. As you'll notice, there's always 4 different readings. And you can just read one of those tracks. You don't have to read them all. But all 4 will read you through the Bible. The other 4 tracks will lead you through different parts of the Bible. And if you have your own Bible reading plan or you're not reading and you just want to watch the devotionals on the days that I'm able to post them, you're welcome to do that. If you want the reading plan, just reach out to us, comment, message us, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, wherever it is, or just, call our actual physical location or email us, and I'll be happy to get you the Bible reading plan so you can start joining us now and join with us each day and have God encourage you through His Word. Today's reading in Acts really stuck out to me. In Acts 8, we've seen the result of Stephen's death. Stephen is the first martyr in the church, and then it tells us that a great wave of persecution began. That's what we see in today's chapter. And everybody except the apostles runs away from Jerusalem. And, we could focus on the bad part there. These people are just trying to live out their faith. And, we could look at it through the lens of our culture. And, why weren't they allowed to freely express their religious beliefs, or why weren't they allowed to change their religious beliefs? That's not how things worked then. They were a threat, and like in many other parts of the world still today, this isn't something that doesn't happen now. Because of that change, because of what Jesus was doing in these people's hearts and lives, men were threatened. Men's way of thinking, men's way of life, men's traditions, they were threatened. And so they did what we do when we feel threatened, and they fight back. And they want to wipe it out. Now, these people weren't so afraid that they stopped living their faith. They didn't say, if Jesus is living for Jesus is going to cause me harm, then I'm not going to live for him anymore. No, they scatter, they run away. They're not called to stand and die. But what happens, and we read in verse 4, is that as they scatter, they preach the good news everywhere. And so God takes this terrible thing that's happened. God takes this death of Stephen. God takes this persecution that's happening, and he uses it to expand his kingdom. His vision, Jesus told him, you're going to take the gospel, you're going to go to Jerusalem, you're going to go to Judea, and then you're going to go to Samaria, and then you're going to go to the ends of the earth. Well, the gospel reaches Samaria, just as Jesus said, because of what happens here. They don't go to Samaria before that. They stick in Jerusalem. But now it's spreading. And we see Philip go to Samaria, and people start to believe. So it's an example of how what people intend to bring us harm, God uses to bring us good. Now, people did bring them harm. Don't misunderstand that. It doesn't mean bad things didn't happen to them, because they did. We are told bad things will happen to us. It is a promise in Scripture. Life is going to be hard. Life is going to be difficult. In this world, you will have troubles. Jesus himself told us that. Jesus is an example of how hard, bad things will happen to good people here in this world. But God can use those bad things. God can use them in you. What people intended for harm, God can intend for good. He can use them to cause you to reflect, to cause you to change, to cause you to re-examine, to bring you closer to him, to bring changes in your life that need to be changed. Or God can use them as he does here in other people's. The bad things that happen in your life then become the seed for good things to grow in other people's lives. Because no matter what the side of evil does here in this world, God's goodness will overcome it. And God's goodness can take these, whatever evil throws and says, here it is. This is too hard for any of you to overcome. This is going to end all of this church nonsense, this Christianity, this following of Jesus. No, it doesn't do that. God takes when man intends to end faith in him, and he uses it to grow faith in him. And more people believe because of it. Because that's what our God does. Because our God is that great and that strong, that what people intend to hurt us, God can use to help us. What people intend to stop us, God can use to help us keep going. But you have to trust in him for that. It's not a magic act. God just doesn't, fix it. These people could have given up. They had to take the action. They had to keep being faithful. They had to keep doing it. They had to see their hardship as an opportunity. It didn't mean they couldn't step back and say, man, this is hard. I've had to move my home. I've had to move my family. I've had to move my life. That's okay. But what they did was say, what are we going to do to make the most of this opportunity? Because the hardship in their life didn't change who Jesus was. The hardship in their life didn't change what Jesus did for them. The hardship in their life didn't change Jesus' love for them or their love for him. Don't let the hardship in your life change you. May you see it as an opportunity for growth, whether it's in you or in someone else. May you say, my life's been moved and my life's been turned upside down by the bad things. Now, what can God do? If I just keep trusting and being faithful and pressing forward, what can God do to bring his good out of what the people in my life meant for bad? Trust in Jesus for that today. Trust that the hardest things, that if you keep trusting in his love and his grace, that you'll see God use them. Maybe it's in your life, maybe it's in your kid's life, maybe it's in the life of somebody you haven't even met yet, like it was here. Maybe it brings his light and love to someone who's never seen it before. That doesn't make the hardship easier, but it makes it worth it.